I'm at Camiral Golf and Wellness, an hour north of Barcelona. This is the host venue of the 2031 Ryder Cup. Camiral means royal way or royal path, and I'm walking along a track that was once one of the Roman roads that crisscrossed this estate. It's a 36-hole golf resort with a hotel and residential community, and I'm here to learn how they're putting a plan in action to drastically reduce water consumption by up to 30%, and also investing in their own water treatment plant to use recycled water for irrigation on the golf course. I'm also going to be learning about biodiversity, and I'm going to be speaking to an ecologist and an environmental sustainability expert. It's all part of a master plan called the Green Route. But first of all, I'm going to be speaking to the Director of Agronomy, Alfredo Álvarez. Let's go meet Alfredo. In a region where water has become a hot topic, I started by asking Alfredo what the public perception of golf is and whether people thought that golf courses were wasting water.
One of the things people normally they don't know is we use recycled water. They think we use just drinkable water to water a golf course, and no, it's been over the last 25 years in this resort we've been using recycled water. So that's the first misconception. And the other one is they think we water as much as we can the golf course, and that's probably the opposite, because to create good golf course conditions, you just have to put the right amount of water to be the perfect golf course for the golfers.
How surprised are people when you tell them about what you do, about the water, the fact it's recycled water, about the fact that you're not trying to put lots of water on the golf course?
Well, the first impression, they always go like, really? Oh, so you are not using drinkable water for the golf course? And then when you explain them, they get engaged into, so what you're doing is good for the environment. And I was thinking the opposite. So that's really great when you see the reaction of the people and they understand what we do, because normally they don't have a clue what we do.
As well as investing in its own water treatment facility, the resort has also increased water harvesting capabilities.
We are the number 3 of the stadium course, and what you see in the back is one of the most important lakes for us, and that's because it's one of the lowest lake on property, and we can collect all the water from the rain to get into our irrigation water. So we mix the water from the rain with our recycled water, so that helps us a lot with the quality and the quantity of the water we can use in the golf course.
So this was water that previously you were losing, perhaps?
Yeah, until 2 years ago that we installed the recirculation pump. We used to lose this water and just let it go into the stream, and now it's a big tool to maintain the golf course. It's really important because we can collect all the water from the rain, and that helps us to pass through the summer. And the best thing is we increase the quality of water, so that helps a lot for the maintenance.
Water filtration, especially in urban areas where runoff becomes polluted, is an important but little-known benefit golf courses offer local communities.
We use almost 100% recycled water in the golf course, and we are the filters for the nature, because all the nutrients that water holds, when we irrigate, that water goes into the soil, and the soil acts as a filter and then goes cleans again back into the stream. So the water cycle, we use to renew the water, let's say, and get better water into the nature again.
Even though the resort uses recycled water, a key sustainability objective has been to reduce consumption by 30%. Switching to more water-efficient grasses on the golf courses has been an important change, as Alfredo explained.
Last year we did a major renovation on the stadium course, because in the past we used to have cool season grasses, and we changed into warm season grasses. We went to Bermuda on the roughs and Paspalum on the fairways, and that will help us to reduce up to 30% in water consumption. Actually, it will get better playability all year long, because those kind of grasses in the climate we are in Spain, they need a lot of water, so the conditions for playing, it was really wet during the summer. So now with the change of the grass, we're going to be able to provide better conditions for the players, and as well saving water, so that will help a lot. Another good advantage of the renovation is we have to use way less chemicals in the fairways and roughs to maintain the golf course, so that will help a lot with sustainability, which is one of the main goals of the resort.
The area of irrigated turf has also been drastically reduced, with rough being turned back to nature.
We reduced the amount of grass we used to have in the golf course because there were no need for play to have grass here. So what we did is we reduced the sprinkler. Instead of having full circle, we reduced it into part circle, so they are just 180. And here we just create this natural area under the trees, and it's easy for players to play because they can find the balls and the pace of play is quicker, but at the same time we are saving water, which is one of the main goals.
Yeah, and that's another important part of the work to hit your target of 30% reduction in water, is to reduce the amount of in-play areas.
Yeah, definitely, because well, I think the design in the past of golf courses, it used to be grass wall to wall, and there's no need to have a competition golf course and have grass all the way or all along of the golf course. This is the natural Mediterranean forest we have in the area. And the goal in the golf courses is to have back again this kind of vegetation and not to work with landscape vegetation. Because as you can see, this is really pretty, and this is the goal, to have back again the native species that bring it back to the golf course.
On the way to look at the resort's biodiversity projects, I asked Alfredo about his job and spending time outdoors in nature.
It is amazing. I always say that one of the best part of our job, it's we have the best office in the world. So actually I started to work, I studied business administration and started to work in an office. That lasts just 6 months, and I realized that I'm an outside guy and I have to be outdoors. So this is my dream job, being here at 6 a.m. in the morning. I love it. Here in one of the projects we've been working the last 3 years, we created 2 ponds for all the biodiversity to succeed. It's special for amphibians, so here in the spring you have water, during the summer it will be a dry place. And the other part of the project is connect all the water bodies of the resort, so all the fauna can cross and move around the areas. These places we always do it in non-playing areas, so that we don't disturb the golf course. And it's been good. It's been good. The last 3 years we can measure all the biodiversity we achieve with the project. Mainly it's amphibian and insects, and all the birds that they feed with the insects. That's mainly what we have here.
So even though this is quite a small space, you can actually do quite a lot with it.
Definitely. I mean, in these small areas we have all over the golf course, but this makes the difference between having just playing areas as we have in the back, but just doing these small places, you can see how the biodiversity increases in the resort.
How important is it to communicate what you're doing here?
So it's important for the golfers to know what we are doing, because otherwise they will think it's a no-maintenance area. So when you explain them and when you show them all the fauna we have in those places, they get engaged in the project, and actually they love it. And while they're playing the golf course, they can see what we have and they can read the signage that we are putting in, and they get involved in the project. So that's a great thing. Here what we have here are the beehives. So this project, it was probably the first project that we started when we started with the biodiversity project. So it's been 10 years from now. And here we have, well, you can see, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 beehives. And what we do here, so we introduce more pollinators into the ecosystem, which is really important. And the other part, they work for us. They produce honey for the hotels of the resort, so the client can come and have local honey.
Honey is not the only product of the land. A kitchen garden and a vineyard supply the resort's 2 hotels and restaurants, alongside other locally produced food and drink. Next, Alfredo took me to the pumping station to see wildlife conservation projects designed to encourage native turtles and hatch abandoned barn owl chicks.
So now we are at our pump station of the stadium course. So from our reservoir we bring water to here and to the other course. But at the same time we take advantage to have as much as the biodiversity, because this is a good place, because no golfers come here. So we have a lot of turtles in this lake. We have a lot of ducks. They are having their kids right now. And one of the things you can see over there, it's one trap for turtles, because we have two species at the resort. One is the local one, that's the one we want to have, and the other one is the Florida turtle. It's an invasive turtle here in Spain, and we need to get rid of it, because they fight for the space and we want the local ones here.
So Alfredo, you were telling me that you're trying to introduce owls here. So there's a particular owl, the barn owl, which is a beautiful white owl, and you've got a nesting box here at the pumping station.
Yeah, this is a project we started 3 years ago. So every year we bring 3 little owls. The process is called hatching. So once they go out of the eggs, they bring into here. So that's for to have more owls around. So they stay here 2 weeks until they are ready to fly. And once they are ready to fly, they go and they find a new house. So you can see them at the resort, especially during at night. So the project it's been nice, and we are increasing the number of owls we have it.
And they're beautiful owls. They fly silently, but they're like ghosts. They're like angels that when you just catch them in the twilight.
And actually, for the greenkeeping staff, they help us, because they control the mouse population and the rabbit population, because sometimes it's a problem in the golf course. So they help us. They are part of the team. What we have here is we have 3 bat boxes. They help a lot to increase the bat populations, because when we started the project 10 years ago, it was kind of rare to see the bats over the golf course. But now the population, they increase a lot, and they help us to control the insects, and they are a great indicator of the biodiversity.
Given all the good work going on at Camiral, I asked Alfredo how he felt about greenkeepers being falsely accused of wastefulness and harming the environment.
Oh yeah, definitely we see that criticism. It's we accept it as a challenge, and it's part of the job. One big part of our job is be able to communicate to the general public what we do in golf courses, because that will help, first of all, attract more players to the game, which is really important, and then avoid this misconception that we use a lot of resources to maintain a golf course, which is completely the opposite. We try to use as less as we can and provide the best conditions for golfers.
Alfredo, how difficult is it to balance the challenge of creating world-class playing conditions, but also look after the environment and ecosystems around you?
The challenge is big, and it's part of the job, but we embrace the challenge. And it's really exciting when you accomplish little things. When you see, when you explain to kids what we're doing here, and they understand, and you see their faces, and they go back to their homes and they say to their families, hey, what they're doing in the golf course is really good for nature. And you accomplish these little things, it's really exciting, and it's really, they reinforce what you're doing here at the golf course, and that helps a lot to move day to day.
I really enjoyed spending time with Alfredo out on the golf course. Here's an agronomist who really cares passionately about the world-class playing conditions he presents to customers and to residents, and in the future Ryder Cup players. They've done an amazing job to replace the turf here with a more drought-resistant turf and helping cut water consumption by 30%. And it's lovely to see Alfredo's infectious enthusiasm for the biodiversity projects that are going on here. He could just be focused on the business, just presenting a golf course, but he fully accepts and he sees the bigger picture, that this is essential to the future of the business as well. And to see a WhatsApp group that Alfredo and other members of the greenkeeping team and the wider staff share, putting pictures of flora and fauna on there, sharing their nature experiences, is really heartening and just shows how much people here really do care about the environment around them. Next time I'm off to meet water sustainability expert Desiree Marin, who created Camiral's Green Route strategic plan.
We have been collaborating with Camiral in developing a sustainability strategy. We help them to go a step further and to include new perspectives and new metrics about sustainability.
We visit the resort's water treatment works and learn why a sustainability plan is essential for the future of any golf course business.
In regions where we are facing climate change effects, there's the need for also companies to be prepared to sustain their economic activity based on their ability to adapt to those changes.